What is up, guys? Reza-Kaze here once again for you in my bonus video of the week. I start off wonderful here. I thought I could get some good technical gameplay here, and all of a sudden I just get surrounded. I'm like, oh my god. Blah, 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 blah. So, bonus video here. I thought I'd talk about rules, regulations, and primarily in-game rules. The reason for, you'll see it coming up soon, is I get my 100th ban in the game, in my server. And I didn't even know it was the 100th ban. I banned this dude just because I thought it was at 98, and I wanted to get up to 99. And when I went to go do the video, I was recording it, I'm like, oh, la, 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 100th ban, and all of a sudden, you cannot ban this person. I thought he was some sort of hack or mod or something ridiculous like that. No, as it turns out, you're only allowed 100 bans in your server, which is absolutely ridiculous. But a little background onto why I banned him. For the past 2 games, this would be the 3rd game, I told him to change his specialization. I have it in my rules list there, that game, to change a specialization as needed. I told him again and again. He then ended up switching it to ammo, which obviously, if you can see, we already have someone that has ammo, and then he ended up switching back to speed. So I ended up being like, fuck it, you're gone, I gave you enough warning. Which brings me into the whole topic of rules in Battlefield. Now, there are obviously the rules that the game set down itself. You know, its basicness of kill the enemy, help your teammates, teamwork, blah blah blah. And then there are, you know, the limitations within the rules of you know, stay in the boundaries, no cheating, no wall hacks, stuff like that. I actually I think I'll just put up a clip. I reported the fuck out of these people. It was in scrap metal, and someone used some sort of a wall glitch thing to end up getting into places that you shouldn't have been. More about that anyways. That I hate regardless. That's just exploitation. That's, if you can't win normally, you shouldn't be playing whatsoever. But then we're talking about some of the not really unspoken, because they're clearly spoken rules, but unwritten rules of gaming. And that is no camping, no, you know, sitting in a corner. And you know, this is, I think it was here. No, I guess not. It's, you know, some unwritten rules of the gaming in FPS shooters. No, you know, no cheating, no hacking of any kind. No camping in corners. You know, 1 round. It's like if you sit, you know, like this wasn't camping. Someone might construe it as camping, but I was being strategic. I was trying to avoid it. Claymore. I don't know what happened there. But I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, no camping. No sort of exploitations of guns. Which means no using the overused guns of don't use the overpowered guns. There's certain guns that will kill like that, or it's completely, and here it is, my 100th ban. Yay! I would put up fireworks over the screen if I fucking knew how and whatnot, but it was just like my extent of editing goes to fade in and out. Yeah. Anyways, overpowered guns that have like little to no recoil and are overpowered. Basically, it's like a fucking death laser. You know, don't use those kind of guns. People end up doing it. To a certain point, I end up like overlooking it, because, you know, bitches will be bitches. You know, you want to use these guns, go right ahead. I will kill you with less powerful guns and prove that I'm better. And when, I mean, this was primarily a PC thing anyway, Battlefield. if you didn't already know. And you could have your... I'm not sure if this was the first game or not. I'm not a big PC gamer, so I'm sorry, don't, you know, bombard my comment page and channel and whatnot with call me an idiot about the PC game technicalities, but this may or may not be the first, you know, Battlefield game that allows you to rent out your own servers. I know they PC games always have dedicated servers for their games. So this is really the first time that I believe that I can think of, even on console, that game has its own dedicated servers, which I can feel the difference. There is lag every once in a while, but definitely not as bad as some of the other games that I've played Call of Duty. So with the becoming of getting your own servers, renting your own servers, has become the power of people being in control of said servers, which ultimately is people having the power to kick, power to ban, power to make up any stupid fucking rules you want. And the rules are stated there in the game before you load up their server. If they have any rules, sometimes it'll be some sort of witty remark, and you just go along with it. Sometimes it's something, no USAS, no frag rounds, no camping, none of that. Other times it's something ridiculous, like no Stinger missiles, and there's a map with all air things and whatnot. No SOFA. All sort of ridiculous things that doesn't make any fucking sense to me to have rules in a game. But those are the rules, and if I personally think they're stupid, you know, I'm not gonna send a message, your rules are fucked, or purposely go into that server and do exactly what the rules say do not do just to piss people off. But I instead will rather, you know, not play in that server. And that's the first step of following the rules. You don't like the rules, don't play in the server. There are at least, if you don't filter a damn thing and you just search Battlefield games on PlayStation, search for the Battlefield games, even just for the US, the US servers, Conquest, you end up getting an over limit search. It tells you to redefine your search. That means there are a fucking 1,000 games that came up in that search. Which means if you don't like one, there are 999 other servers to play in. That is why I don't understand why people go into any server and break the set rules, especially in this sort of case. The game itself, as far as, you know, people renting out the servers, they're paying money. It's not a free service. Otherwise, everyone will have their own server, and no one would want to play in anyone else's. I personally don't like playing in anyone else's server because a lot of what I think is fair is not looked at when considered in their rules. Like, the admins will even do it, and I've gotten plenty of messages about favoritism. I got one message from a dude saying it's like, oh, it's okay for you guys to steal vehicles, but we can't. That's some real bullshit. Or it's okay for you guys to camp, but not us. It's like, way to be a real admin there, or something fucking ridiculous like that. And I'm just like, dude, I banned 6 people on my team that game. I banned 1 from your team on that game. You can't call it favoritism if I'm fucking kicking people out of my team. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm just gonna go over the rules that I had in my server for the past. I had it running for 2 months. I'm not gonna redo it for another month. I'm trying to save up for a trip, and I know $25 doesn't seem like much, but it does add up. So I'm gonna just quickly go over my rules, and you know what? I'll want you guys, leave a comment if if you like the rules that I had, if there's something wrong with those rules, some tweaks, if you think they're fair, because I try to make as fair as I can of a gameplay for the entire game. And I know it is difficult to patrol the entire game at all times in my server, because I work from 3 a.m. to sometimes 11, 12 o'clock. When I get home, I want to eat, just relax for a little bit, check my stuff online, and sometimes I don't get online until maybe 2, 3 o'clock. I maybe play one game, and then I end up stopping until my friend Mark gets on, which isn't until about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then I'll go to about 6 when I have to eat, and then I'm going to be going to bed, because I have to work at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Anyways, I've been putting it off. Let's get to the rules that I had set. In the regular game modes, the conquest game modes, I set it up to where no stealing of enemy vehicles in their base, which means you can't get in a chopper, fly overhead of their base, jump out, and steal their chopper. That's for me an instant ban. No destroying those vehicles in enemy base before they take off, or even if they're unoccupied. If they are not even taken off and not even there, don't fly by with the jet and blow it up. That's unfair. You're not giving them a chance to even fight back. Even if you're crushing them, pull back a little bit. I'm not telling you to let them take all 4 points from you. Give them somewhat of a chance. I know you're kicking their ass, but come on. No spawn trapping. You don't see a whole lot in the real big maps, the big air maps with the jets and the choppers, because you can't really get that close to their base. But some of the big infantry type maps, Seam Crossing, Tehran Highway, those kind of maps, Seam Crossing, you can easily get spawn trapped on both sides, where they're just sniping into the base and you can't do a damn thing. And I've banned so many people doing that, and you're like, oh, what the fuck did you ban me for? You were spawn trapping. That's a fucking gay ass rule. Why don't you become good instead of spawn trapping? You are running into the expired zone, getting 3-4 kills, and then dying because you can't make it back to inbound territory. That is fucking spawn trapping. What I end up trying to do in my server is, make it a fair game. No matter what team I'm on, whether I'm winning or losing, if it's a fair game, if they're not breaking any of the rules and I'm losing, it pisses me off that I'm losing, but at least I'm losing a fair game. And I hope the other team sees it the same way. I really don't think they do. Close quarters, I ended up changing around a little bit. I played close quarters for about a month worth, and it's really high action games. You can get an average 45 kills easy if you know what you're doing. These games, I have seen a team deathmatch game. I had maybe 1 or 2 of those games, but I usually had it as the server starter. That way someone doesn't come in. It's like a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 sort of game, and all of a sudden they get dominated in conquest domination and they decide to leave. Team deathmatch, you have some leeway there. You can just fucking kill people and not have to worry about any other objectives. So, particularly in conquest domination, if those that played Call of Duty know that it's like the Call of Duty type of domination, where you have to be right on the flag to take it. That helped discovered for people to C4 trap the flags, which, if you played conquest domination, I know you know about this. People will plant 3-4 packs of C4 on the flag, watch on their little screen. When the letter starts to blink, boom, they hit it. That was fun at first. I think maybe I did it once and then realized how cheap that was, and I decided that I wanted to throw that in my rules. Don't do that. I was sick of throwing grenades at the flags. It just didn't mess up the whole flow. It messed up the whole flow of the game. I didn't like it very much. Drink water. One of the other rules that I had, one of the main rules, besides camping, because you can't spawn trap in Conquest in close quarters, because you may have like a certain spawn zone, but the whole spawn zone is the map, basically. The other major rule that I thoroughly enforced, which really caught me a lot of wind, because it's one of those borderline stupid rules, I'll admit, is sniping. I don't want sniping in my close quarters server. The reason for that is because it's close quarters. And I know people saying, well, I'm at a big disadvantage anyways. I'm using a gun that will take that is a much less firing rate, and it's always the semi-automatic guns. So it's like I could be getting 2-3 shots off and not killing you, while the rest of the people in the game is running around with assault rifles and carbines and submachine guns. I'm at a disadvantage. You're not really at a disadvantage. Even the semi-automatic sniper rifles have the power to get one-hit kills, to that upper chest head area. Obviously to the head, but that upper chest, you can still get a one-hit kill even with the semi-automatic guns. And then the bolt action rifles themselves, those are, rate of fire wise, yeah, you're at a disadvantage, but sheer power wise, all it takes is one bullet for you to kill me, while it takes me still 3-4 bullets out of my gun to kill you. So bullet wise, I'm at a disadvantage. I know that rule doesn't really seem all that much sense, but it's when it's a close game like this, as far as when I mean close as in close combat, you expect to see shotguns, you expect to see submachine guns, the occasional assault rifle and carbine. You don't expect to see sniper rifles, and if anything, I'm trying to make it fair for them. With sniper rifles, you're obviously not getting the full effect of the sniper rifle. And the sniper's case is to sit back and shoot him at range. You're not doing that in this close quarters. It's not fucking happening. So I made that rule. I banned a lot more people with that because people still like to use it. The last thing I wanted to mention is, I don't care if you like my rules or not. They're the rules that I put out to, make a fair sort of game, to make it equal game. If you don't like my rules, especially the sniping one, I got a lot of people still sniping, and I, kick/ban them immediately. But if you don't like the rules, they're right there. They're there before you even load up the game. You see the whole thing before you load it up, and then you see it again as it's loading. Those are 2 opportunities right there. They're 2 warnings. If you don't like them, don't play in my server. I mean, I'd rather you play, the more people, the more word of mouth gets around, but if you're not going to follow the rules, then why the fuck play? It's that simple thing. If you don't like it, don't play in my server. That's all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this bonus video, and I hope to see you guys pretty soon in my next upcoming video. I hope you enjoyed. 44 and 25 is my final score. Toodles!